So your water feature's leaking. Something that we hear quite a lot here in Minnesota. What happens though when you have a leak? There's a couple different ways we handle it. One of two ways. The first way that we really like getting started is with an exploratory drain and clean. That's where we come into your pond and like right now, so there's green algae all over this. There's a lot of debris, stuff that's settled in over this because it's not been run. We want to get this started by cleaning it out and figuring out what's the fresh slate look like. A lot of times leaks can hide in some very pesky places that are they're hard to find if you're not dealing with something that's clean, fresh, and in a good condition. That's the way we like to start. However, a lot of homeowners don't want to get started with that because oftentimes that initial exploratory drain and clean is pretty expensive. It can be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 for most of our exploratory drain cleans. Sometimes smaller features or pondless waterfalls can be cheaper than that, under $1,000. Some large ponds can be over $3,000. And for some people, that's just a little bit more than they're willing to spend, which is totally understandable. In those cases, what we offer is a diagnostic service. What we do is, I'm just finishing up here right now, is we check all the major equipment now. We check what we can see that is accessible. What we get started off with here is we look at the skimmer. We take a look at the age. Looking at this, based off our experience and everything we've seen, this is a really old style skimmer. The shape, the style, this sort of flap right here, this is an old style skimmer. I'm gonna say this is, for sure older than 15 years. I would give a guess it might even be 20 years old, which is really when we see a lot of equipment breaking down. We see the skimmer net here. This is not the color it's supposed to be. You see there's a lot of tears and holes, which is allowing debris to get past the pump. It's not catching everything. And besides that, the sides have kind of caved in a little bit over time, so this doesn't even fit in there well. This filter has never been replaced, and it's a lot like a furnace filter. You know, you might be able to tap off some of the dust and debris, but after a while, this filter gets clogged up, and it just doesn't do its job anymore. These should be replaced every few years at least. Pump in here, this pump is definitely very old. Homeowner said they've not changed it in the last 7 years they've been here. The plumbing connection here is kind of funky. It works, but it's kind of funky. I look at the pipe. So the accessible pipe that's here, this is an old pipe. You can kind of just tap it and just scrape it a little bit, and you can kind of tell whether it's got some life in it or not. You can do the same thing with the liner too. Like this liner, it's kind of got a dull sound to it. And this is one of the things you kind of just learn from experience. New fresh liner is nice and supple, malleable. It's a little bit more like a plastic tarp that I'm rolling in my hands right now. This is kind of in sun, so it's a little bit more understandable. UV rays destroy liner like you wouldn't believe, which is why we try rocking our ponds in. So if I get in right by the skimmer where it's a little bit more protected, I'm still feeling that very plasticky feel, which is not what I want here. Checking the electrical connections. We don't do electrical work, but just something else we check is make sure it's just working. Some common pond problems are literally just because the equipment or the outlet's bad. You don't need a new pump. You just need an electrician to come out and replace your outlet. Looking up towards the waterfall, I'm checking for low liner edges here, checking the condition of liner again, which this is even worse up here. Like this is pretty bad. I see some areas that look like they could be low liner areas. So right here, there is literally, this is only gotta be like a 2-inch height difference on this side. And I definitely see the potential for water leaking out there. Over here, I see the liner peeking out far back here, and there's dirt down in here. Sometimes what I see is when people say there's leaks, it's really just because they've got a lot of dirt and a lot of plant roots coming down that are sucking the water out. I'll come up here to the top. Apparently this biofalls was just recently replaced in the last couple months. Checking it out, it looks to be in good condition. Looks like some liner repair was done right here to raise the height of the liner here, and looks good. There's some whatchamacallit, instead of bio balls, there's some lava rocks on the top. I'd recommend some bio balls. You get extra surface area and these don't clog up as much. Just easier to clean the system. And I'd recommend adding some plants in here too. See here, the theme is just mentioning things that can be improved, things that should be replaced, observations. And I actually take my own video when this is all said and done. I do a walkthrough video of a couple minutes just because I can be long-winded. And I point out, hey, this looks old. This is typically when we start replacing this. This is when we recommend making a repair. These are some changes and adjustments we make. The homeowner that the feature down here gets a lot of algae in it. And you can kind of see, let's go over here. This is probably the shallowest portion where there is no plants. You can just see all of this nasty stuff just sitting on the bottom, which could be the system's leaking. There's no water running right now. That could be a big part of it, but talking to the homeowners, they said this is actually pretty normal, and actually it's usually worse. So something we talk about is we measure everything, we measure the system, and we figure out, okay, you've got this kind of nasty algae stuff going on. What are the solutions for it? Would a string algae eliminator take care of this? Would an auto dosing system with automatic water treatments take care of it? Oh, there's a tadpole down there. There we go. There we go, right there. What sort of things would help take care of this system and make it more enjoyable? They've got bare root water lilies, which can definitely take over and could almost be affecting a little bit of the flow, potentially. They've got some lake weeds down here on the bottom, which makes sense because there's a lake right behind them. Which is not bad at all. I'd probably recommend maybe an aerator in here just to get some undercurrent coming. Water lilies, if they're not properly trimmed up when they're free in a pond like this, they can really get out of hand and become problems. But this, it doesn't look like it's an issue right now. Spring cleaning to just kind of rip all these up as much as can. We'll probably just keep this in a manageable condition. But as it is shading the pond and doing a good job here. So anyway, these are just some of the observations we make as we're doing the diagnostics. Just something that allows us for, again, versus a couple $1,000 potential cleaning bill, coming in for just a $295 diagnostic service can really just be a better way to open up into a system and allow us to test it. I'm about to come over here and test the pump here. See how it all runs, check out the low liner areas, see if that's the problem or if it's possible problem with the pipe, and see if there's another leak test that we need to do after this once we've got better eyes on it. Again, just an easier solution to get things figured out versus jumping right into something like refreshing and clean the whole system and then and getting that start there.